Well,
All right.
can you hear me? Okay. Well, that was certainly something.
No, we're not done. We're not done. We're not settling for that. We're not settling for that. It was close. It was close. We have a little bit of an echo. It's okay. So, we don't have a musician this morning. That's your job. Oh, the words are, I cannot do all the good that the world needs. But the world needs all the good that I can do. Okay, let's try it again. Mark?
No, I think we're good.
Okay, ready? Listen.
I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do. No puedo hacer todo lo bueno que el mundo necesita. Todo el mundo necesita todo lo bueno que puedo hacer. Je ne peux pas faire tout le bien dont le
Well
monde
done. Well done.
a besoin. Dont le monde a besoin.
Well, that was a blessing. All right, welcome everyone today that came in on this chilly morning, first day of fall. Beautiful. Dana told me it was a beautiful day, so I'm agreeing. And also to our Zoomies who are online, welcome, welcome. We're so happy you're all here today. Remember that we have our visitor table and fellowship hall, that please go after our service and join in conversation and some delightful food. And then, as usual, which is fabulous, except it's the last Sunday, right, Ahriana? Oh, no, next week, sorry. And she is going to speak right now.
Are you ready to sing? So, one Sunday, all the musicians could not make it. And your minister went, okay, I get to play all my favorite songs. This is going to be so fun. But I'm going to need your help. Most of them are songs you're familiar with. Please sing joyously today. Bring your heart here. Open your voices. Share this space. We don't need perfection. We need love and heart and celebration. We have Brenda Peters in the house, Reverend Brenda Peters, who is from Unity of Omaha, right there. Dear sweet friend of my heart, we have Ofra Caraballo, how'd I do? Who is here most Sundays, but happens to have a birthday tomorrow. So we're gonna sing happy birthday. Are you ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ophra. Happy birthday to you. We don't need no stinking musician. We got this. I have had such an amazing weekend. I have had amazing people in for a mini retreat at my house. We had kirtan here last night, which you think of as this like calm chanting. Oh my gosh, that is not, ask anybody who is there, that is not what we had last night. We danced, we chanted, it was alive in this room. I still have it. it's still with me. So good morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming out on a rainy day, because I woke up at 6:30 and went, nope, I'm not getting up. I did at 7 o'clock because I love you. So I have a couple of things to share with you. One is this cool little piece you see back here, which I put back here so you could see. How cool is that? So we've been talking about synchro-divinity, which is your ability to collaborate with the universe. So Wednesday, as I was beginning to put little altar pieces together, because I can pack 50 pounds, so my altar has to be this big for traveling for the next 6 months. And as I was putting things together, I was thinking, I've got to find something at Unity that comes with me so that I can have Unity on my altar while I'm traveling. And that was gifted to me by Debbie Lacey at our board meeting on Thursday morning. The universe already had my plan in mind before I even knew I needed it. Just think about that for a minute. The universe was already answering my request before I even put it out there. That's pretty amazing. I've allowed myself to be in awe of that all since Thursday. So I invite you also into the awe of how amazing life can be when we decide we want to have a little fun, we want to open our hearts, we want to go deeper. So we're going to go a little deeper today. This, as Carol said, is the fall equinox, when we are between light and dark. So I'm going to read a few words for you. This is called yielding. In the half light, half dark, where I reside, how do I hold both? The joy and awe of what it is to be alive in this breathing, beautiful body of these cells, of this earth, and all the grief and chaos, the nonsense of power. And I stay right here in the middle. We stay right here in the middle, in the meeting of dark and light. What if we stop the subtlety, slow down a little bit more, and we open up to another kind of listening, so that the next brave and useful step can emerge, reveal itself, so that we can make space for the revolution of our lives occurring in each breath, yielding to the balance within. What if we yielded to the balance within? This is a day for that. This is a day for being in the center of yourself. To let down judgments about how good you have to be or how bad you were. To be in the center of yourself right here. What is at the center of yourself? Your heart. So I invite you to close your eyes, to settle comfortably in your chairs, to breathe. Just breathe, because being is breathing and breathing is being, and there is nothing to do. to allow any thoughts to slide away, and to feel yourself settled in the heart of the holy, in the heart that beats at the heart of who you are. To find a moment, and then another moment, and then another moment of being. And as we rest in this moment, simply allow the words of the music you hear to bring you into this sacred space in a holy and whole way. In the stillness of this moment, there is peace. There is peace. In the stillness of this moment, there is peace. There is peace, and I rest and trust and breathe. And know that in the stillness of this moment there is peace. In the stillness of this moment there is peace. There is peace. In the stillness of this moment there is peace. There is peace, and I rest and trust and breathe. And know that in the stillness of this moment there is peace. In the stillness of this moment there is love. There is love. In the stillness of this moment there is love. There is love, and I rest and trust and breathe. And know that in the stillness of this moment there is love, sweet love, yeah, sweet love. In the stillness of this moment, I feel love. I feel love. In the stillness of this moment, I feel love. I feel love, and I rest
trust and breathe and know that in the stillness of this moment I am peace. I am love. I am peace. I am love.
Take a deep breath in and exhale. So a lot happens at this time of year. At this time when we move into fall and everything begins to slow. Summer was busy. There was a lot to do, a lot to grow, a lot to be and become, a lot to shift and change here in our community, a lot to accomplish. And we now sit exactly between the time of doing and the time of reflecting on what we've done. The time of releasing anxiety, pressure, concern. This is a time that the energy shifts. And in that shift, and you see it already in the morning when you wake up, don't you? The night is becoming longer. When we wake up, we're not so anxious to jump out of bed because our body already senses what is happening. We may not recognize it. We may even wonder, this is the time of year that people say to me, I think something's wrong, Ahriana. I'm just so tired. Yeah, you are so tired because you've been all the way through spring and summer, through the half of the year that is all about the light and the outside. And during that time, spring especially, boy, takes a lot of energy for the earth that we live on to restart all the engines, to get those first sprouts out of the ground, to get things moving. And we think of the sun as this gift that comes down, but the sun is pulling with its light everything up out of the earth and shining so bright and giving so much energy, not just to the earth and the plants and the animals, but to us. And we have a lot of energy during this time. A lot of things can happen. We come out of winter into spring and we are ready to do something. And then we move through summer, through the intensity, through the zenith of the sun, through the intensity of making things happen. And whether you cleaned your garage or you went on a vacation to a place you wanted to go, or you doubled down here because so much was happening as we moved through the summer, it's time to begin to slow down. So let's talk about what happens as we move from today into the next day and the next day and the next day. Because every day, by a few seconds, by minutes, by sometimes hours, we'll have more darkness. So we're moving into the season of release. We're moving into the time that we look back on the first half of the year and say, what dreams did I have that I didn't make happen? What expectation did I set for myself? I was going to lose 20 pounds. That didn't happen. I could use the next 6 months to beat myself up for that. Or I could let that sit for now. Because the energy that you need to make things happen is not the same as we move into the fall. And it's really not the same as we move into the winter. We are meant to slow down. Everything in our biology is attached to what you see happening on the planet. So if you want to know what you should be doing, look out your front door. The earth is telling you. The leaves are beginning to turn, aren't they? Maybe you have a few already on your front lawn or in your yard. I have them. It's time to begin the gentle release. The release of expectations, the release of things, the release. It's time to remember that there is a cycle that happens. This is the time of year as we move toward October that we start to talk about our ancestors. We start to think about whose shoulders we stand on, the people who have already passed on. Why? Because they are the reminder that the dreams continue. We are the outcome of our ancestors' dreams. We are what they did for. So next month, you'll have the opportunity to bring in, we'll put the shelves back in, you'll have the opportunity to bring in pictures, to write the names of ancestors, to remember those who have passed in the season of releasing, which we do with gratitude. And when we move into winter, which happens here the end of October, even though officially it doesn't happen for a while, when we move into that time when that beautiful peak of ours is covered with snow, which it might be by the end of today, then it's time to rest, to reflect. And your body will want that. You will want to take a nap, and you will want to drink tea, and you will want to sit with one other person and have a deep and meaningful conversation, because that's where we will be in the time of rest. So I share this with you so that you plan for it, so that you actually think about where we're going, what's happening, because you know what? We get to summer and we're exhausted. We start at October and we have Halloween parties, and then we do Thanksgiving and everybody comes over, and then we come to Christmas and it is a wild frenzy. And then we spend all of January in anxiety about the money we spent. And then it's Valentine's Day, and there's massive expectation around that. And then we're on our way to Easter, and spring is here, and it's time to work again. And we get there and go, wow, I'm so tired. Well, yes, because you forgot back here in October to start slowing down, to start resting, to start thinking interior. What's going on inside of me? What have I learned this year? What ideas did I take on that don't serve me, that I want to let go of? And what did I learn that will sustain me through the colder time? We know about sustaining our bodies. When plants don't grow, we ship things around, we all eat. It's not like it was for our ancestors. But what happens inside of you needs also to be sustained, because the reality is that the energy that comes in from the sun, it affects us. And when the sun is farther away and we have less energy, it takes more to get things done. We have people of lots of different ages in here. You might be working on a winter project, might be really busy in the winter time of the year. Make sure that you give yourself time to rest. Maybe you don't go out as often. Maybe you spend a little bit more time at home. Maybe your Sunday is on screen so that you can sleep a little later. All of those things are available to you. So I say all of this to you because if we don't plan for rest, we don't do it. In fact, we think it's unhealthy. If our body says rest, we think something is wrong. And now is the time to know for yourself that your body is so wise and so connected to the earth under your feet. And there is no escaping the earth under your feet. You don't want to escape it, trust me. You want to be here. So pay attention. We are coming through the harvest season. And our first harvest happened end of July, beginning of August. Things started growing and we could take them off the vine. They had ripened. We could pick tomatoes. We still have tomatoes ripening in our yard right now. We have plethora. You probably have a plethora of zucchini. Right? It's harvest season. So what do we do in harvest season? We share. Because who's going to eat all that zucchini? Right? You bring things together and you begin to share with one another the bounty that you have. And we do that kind of naturally because we don't want to throw things away after we work to grow it or get it. But unfortunately, because so much of what we get comes from the store, we have lost appreciation for what's happening around us on the planet that we are so deeply tied to. So from spring until summer and into the fall, the earth beneath our feet, the living manifestation of holy light, the living physical matter of the earth that is divine manifestation, has been working for us with no names attached. It didn't just say, Jarla, I'm going to grow some zucchini for you, and if you want to share it, go ahead, but no, it's growing with no attachment. No attachment to whether you pick it and give it or you pick it and let it rot on the counter and throw it away. No attachment. The planet provides for us. We get food, we get the fabric that we make our clothes out of, the resources that our buildings are made of, the metal that our cars are constructed out of. I mean, what do we have that does not come from the earth? Somehow, some way. All those chemicals we manifest for whatever, medicines, cleaning agents, all of that. Somebody did not go out on a spaceship and get that stuff and bring it here. All of it, everything, the chair you're sitting on, the people next to you, all of it is the manifestation of the earth. And we go into harvest and thank each other for the good work we did growing zucchini. But we forget that this mother energy is nurturing and loving us and giving to us. And this is the time that we receive. So this morning I asked you to bring a wrapped gift, something that was meaningful to you, because I wanted you to have the feeling that the earth might have as something goes from you to someone else when you don't know who it's going to, how it will be used, what will happen, when it's something that matters to you and it moves on. And I know not everyone knew that. Some people are here for the first time or haven't been here before. Some people forgot. But we had some extra things. So what I want you to do right now is, no matter whether you gave the gift and you brought something from home, or a gift was offered into the basket for you, I want you to take a minute and notice that you are giving. And notice that you are giving without attachment. You don't know what's in that package. You don't know who it's going to go to. You don't know how they'll use it. But I want you to have that feeling. And if you were unable to bring something this morning, imagine something you love and imagine giving it without attachment. Something that has served you, something that has made your life more sacred. Imagine wrapping it up and letting it go. Because we can't really offer gratitude if we don't know what the experience is. Dana, would you bring me the basket, please? I have made sure that our ushers counted, and I know that there is enough in the basket for everyone here to take home a gift this morning. I would like you to consider receiving without attachment. So what does that mean? And are those the ones that were the extra ones? Okay, we're not going to put those in here. We're just going to use these because these have been counted out exactly. I want you to consider that there is enough bounty here for everyone, because that is how the earth creates. There is enough bounty for us to feed our planet when we care about feeding our planet, rather than how much extra we have in our refrigerator. When we make a new system, when we create a new way of moving resources around, there is enough. Because the earth is in balance, and because the divine is in balance. So I want you to consider that there is enough bounty. I want to invite you to remove all your ties before this goes. So what I want you to do is close your eyes. Know that there is something in this basket that represents you, that you put in here. Open your heart to it. Feel its presence. Even if it was put in the basket for you, feel the presence of that in your heart. And now call your energy to yourself. Just as though it was a string, remove your energy from that item. Take back your attachment. Divine Spirit, we ask that all energy from these items be released, that only that which is for our highest good is allowed to stay, that everything else is removed, either returned or transmuted, so that the gifts received today are received free and clear. And so it is. When we pass these gifts around, which we are going to do in silence, in the silence of this holy, sacred space, I don't want you to look in the basket. I want you to trust that what is yours will come to you. And I want to remind you that sometimes we are the receivers of things because we are the closest to passing it where it needs to go. So if you receive something and you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do with that, you don't have to know. It will show itself. Something will come. Someone will show up somewhere along your life. You'll say, aha, I know that I'm the bridge. This I've been carrying because I believe it belongs to you. You might receive something that you know serves you. You might receive something that is for you and not know how it's going to serve you. Simply receive. Simply receive. We're going to go that way, then this way, then that way. You guys can just pass it right behind you as you go. As you're sitting, continue to hold the affirmation that each person receives exactly what they are meant to receive. This is our being in the middle practice, our being in the middle. So sometimes gifts are not Christmas. Sometimes there's something else. Sometimes gifts come to us with so much grace, so much freedom, so little expectation or need for acknowledgement. The gifts that we receive from the earth in this harvest season, they come to us that way. The planet doesn't need us to say thank you, but how would it change things if we did? How different would it be if we walked in gratitude for the abundance as we go into the quiet season of the year, as we recognize that we're sustained even after the season of growing? That it's an interesting situation, isn't it? That one half of the earth is growing while the other half is resting? That we don't all rest at the same time? What a good plan. What an amazing, who thought of that? There is enough. There is enough. So as tempting as it might be when you go back to fellowship and you see a bracelet on someone's arm or a necklace around or a piece of stone and that they're showing around and saying, look what I got. As tempting as it is to walk up and go, let me tell you the story of that, do not. Please. Because that is your story of that thing. That is your attachment to that thing coming back. And we have removed the attachments so that you can simply receive. Even if someone at your table passes something around and goes, look at this cool thing, you're going to go, oh, wow, that's really cool. No stories, no attachments, only receiving as a symbolic practice that we might have greater appreciation for divine creation, for the manifestation that provides for us with so much love. I picked a song for us to listen to that is a little rappy and high energy. But it's by our good friend Nemo Patel, and I don't know how many of you remember Nemo, but Nemo has come here and sung for us. And this is a song about gratitude. Just sing, dance, clap your hands, listen, enjoy.
You're my life, you're my breath, you're a smile, you're my guest. You're the earth, you're the sun, you're the grass, you are love. You're my hands, you're a bug, you're my eyes, you're a hug. You're the light in the dark, you're the spark, you are fun. You're my mom, you are water, you're the stars, you're my daughter. You're my friend till the end, you're my dreams, you're my father. You're the ants on the ground, the miracles that surround. I'm feeling it all around, the hemisphere in the clouds. You're my pain, you're my sorrow, you're my hope for tomorrow. You're the strength when I'm hollow, you're the path that I follow. You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss. The gift to realize that everything is a gift.
All that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all, for it all. Grateful for it all.
You're the blessings every time I try to count. You're the lessons that I learned every time I turn around. You're the water when I'm burned every time I think I found everything I'm looking for. You're the sign saying stop to take a bow and keep moving forward and start looking towards your heart. It'll open all the doors and only then you'll start to hear the world singing chorus with your mind and heart. Aligned in purpose, everything will feel gorgeous.
All that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing.
I sit and pray, cause what I have is more than I deserve or could ever imagine. How do I get back to all of this magic and spread the love so everybody can have it? Doesn't matter if I'm rich or poor, if I got a family or if I'm all alone. Bad things happen, I can just complain and moan, but there's a million things that I can be grateful for.
So I lift up my hands now, and I open my heart, and my gratitude goes out to everything near and far. All that I am,
Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I breathe. I look deep down and feel all the blessings. Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I breathe. I'm grateful for it all. It's amazing. Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I breathe. I look deep down and feel all the blessings. Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I breathe. I'm grateful for it all. It's amazing. You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss, the gift to realize that everything is a gift.
I will post that on our Facebook page. It's worth seeing the words close up, and I know in the back you can't, but it is an absolutely brilliant creation. And sometimes it's not even about heavy musical creation, it's about the knowing that somebody wrote that song in the state of gratitude. And that is what happened. Mark, now I have a little bit of an echo. I don't know if you can hear me to hear that, but it's not bad. It's better than not hearing, so let's not turn it down too much. All right. Thank you for being the recipients. Thank you for walking through this experience. Please find time to think about what needs releasing, what is ready to make you lighter and more liberated, to feel freer. Let it go, so that you can go into rest, not carrying those burdens. And as you move through the winter, rest a little bit more, just a little. It will change everything about how your springtime blossoms. Watch the planet. Watch what's under your feet until there's little, what do you call those, sprouts? Spriggles is what I was thinking. Until there are sprouts, you're still resting. You're still resting until that all kicks up again. And pretty soon, when that all starts kicking up again, I'll be almost back here. So it's going to be easy while I'm gone. Your job is rest. I know you know how to do that, right? I have one more Sunday. I will be here next Sunday, and then I'm going to continue to be here. You're going to be like, did she really leave? Because you will see me on screen. I will check in. You will see me writing things for the e-blast. You will see me if you come to the board meetings, we're all set up for me to be able to be on speaker and in the board meetings. I am still here from Mexico and Italy and Uganda, where I hope I can get on Sunday and introduce you to Dino. Wouldn't that be so cool? We would not have Dino in our life were it not for this church. And for those of you that are not familiar with this, we did some work with a refugee camp in Uganda 7 years ago. And that led to Mark and I getting to know a young man who had been in the refugee camp, who left Ethiopia under threat of death at 7 years old, and from 10 until we met him was without parents and living in a refugee camp. And we found him because of the soccer stuff that this community gave. He was on the soccer team and helped us get uniforms and soccer balls and tennis shoes passed out, purchased in Uganda and passed out. And Mark and I got very close to him during that time, all communicating through Facebook and WhatsApp. And he asked me if we could, I said to him, we're going to be I'm going to be your American auntie, and I'm going to help you get out of that camp and into school. And he said, can I call you Mom? And he has a mom. So it was a long process of you talk to your mom, you make sure this, we honor, even though your mom is not with you, we honor that. So you are invited to talk to her, and then we can make this choice. And she came back with this lovely note that said, now you have two mothers. So, whew. So thank you. That wouldn't have happened without this. There are so many things that wouldn't have happened without this. So we're going to go to Uganda, and we're going to hug that boy. And yeah, he is out of the refugee camp, living in the city, in an apartment, and going to college. Yeah. And he is such an amazing, sweet, thank you, Dawn. Speak about sweet. He is such an amazing, sweet young man, and I so want to get him on the screen and let you say hello. So we're going to do that while we're out. We are going to open up to Spirit ourselves and see what it is that happens in the stillness. What is our next invitation? But I will remain your acting minister during that whole time, and I will be working with your board and with you. And so this Tuesday, there will be a town hall meeting on Zoom at 6 o'clock, so that we have an opportunity to talk about some of the things that are happening and will be happening and how they will happen. And I'm asking you to show up. It will not be a long meeting, but it is an opportunity for us to really talk about what happens in the next 6 months. And you will, beginning of October, be submitting your papers for minister search and start that journey. You have an amazing committee in place to do that. You have incredible vision, mission, core values to live into. How many of you attended the collaboration training, board and team leaders? Amazing training, yes? So much prep has gone in. So next week, we're not crying. We're not crying. Next week, we're having fun. And we're going to enjoy this because it's not a goodbye. It's only a moving into a different way of being. But I hope that you will come. I would very much like to spend that Sunday with you. I know that Mark feels the same way. This time with you, which when I started, I thought would probably be about 6 months. This time in this space has been remarkable. And you may not realize this, but I came out of, in this time away, a very tough job that I took on that just about took the wind out of my sails. And so for as much as you have said thank you for what's happened here, I have to say thank you, because this was a healing time for me. It was really a huge gift. So let's celebrate all of that and celebrate what's ahead when we get together next week. And in this moment, as we go into our time of giving, I ask that you simply remember the good work that gets done here, that you remember that there is a young man in college who was living truly in one of the most difficult situations you can imagine because of you. Because we decided we were going to build a school. We were going to fund a soccer team. We were going to do something to move resources around the world. This community, in its giving, moves those resources. And when I talk about there being enough, Dino is a really good example. We are able to move resources in our city and around the world through the ways that we give to one another. So as we go into our time of giving again, enjoy the music and give from an open heart as the earth gives to you.
One, two, three.
When the night has come, when the night has come and the land is dark. When the night has come, when the night has come and the land is dark. And the moon.
Communication is an essential part of my job. That's why I use Grammarly, an AI
No
partner.
commercials. Don't look.
And the moon is the only light. And the moon is the only light. We will see.
When the night
The night has come.
has come
Has come and the land is dark. When the night
and the land is dark
has come and the land
and the moon is the only light we'll see.
we will see.
No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me.
So darling, darling, stand by me.
Oh, won't you stay?
Stand by me.
Just as long
Stand by me.
as you stand
Stand by me.
by me.
If the sky that we look upon
Should tumble and fall.
should tumble and fall, all the mountains should crumble to the sea.
Should crumble to the sea.
I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me.
By me.
Oh,
Just as long
stand by me.
as you stay.
Stand by
Stand by me.
Just as long as you stand by me.
Oh, stand by me.
Won't you stay as long?
Just as long.
Just as long.
Just as long.
Stand by me.
Just as long as you stand by me.
Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Oh, won't you stand by me?
Just as long
Stand by me.
as you stay.
Stand by me.
Stand by me.
Just as long as you stand by me.
Oh, 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 stand by me.
Oh, stay by me.
Oh,
Just as long
stand by me.
as you stay.
Stand by me.
Stand by me.
Just as long as you stand by me.
It's all good. All as it should be. We learned that a few weeks ago, right? All as it should be. Next week, you'll be happy to know Joe and Connie will be here. But you can do it, right? We can do this too. There is nothing this community can't find its way through. You are amazing, and I love you. And let's go ahead and bless those gifts and know that they continue to support the brilliant work that is the light of this community and the good we continue to do in the world. And so it is.
So now for our announcements. These beautiful flowers. Take a deep look at these. This gorgeous bouquet is from Penny Olson, and she's from Massachusetts. Penny, please stand. She has been such a vibrant force to be with us today from Massachusetts. And I just want you to know she's been such a support on Zoom. And she is there on Sundays, and she has assisted so many times. Thank you so much for doing your part in service for Zoom and keeping it going. So we're really delighted. Please say hello to her in Fellowship Hall today. So these flowers she brought in honor of her mother, Mertice Forsyth. Did I say it right? Forsyth. And so we just welcome you and thank you for this lovely gift. All right, Unity Town Hall is this Tuesday, as Ahriana said, on September 24th at 6 p.m., but it is online, so you can all join on Zoom. And then we have our new Unity group. It's the Mental Grace Group, and it meets monthly, which was last Friday, I believe. Starting this Friday, excuse me. September 27th from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. here at Unity. And the group is a safe place to learn and practice skills formed in Unity teachings and evidence-based trauma. And see Afra. Afra, do you want to raise your hand? For more information. Afra, would you please come up? So that we can get a little more information. You can actually see who's going to be presenting this information.
Thank you. Hi, Unity. My name is Ofra Caraballo, and I am happy to be here. Me and my kids started coming here in 2008, and now they're taller than everybody in this room. It's been a while, but while I've been gone, I've grown a lot. And this was my incubator. I learned grace here. I learned compassion here. I learned acceptance here. I knew I was in the right place when the first Sunday, my 8-year-old ran up to me and said, "Mom, they taught us about our third eye." I knew I was in the right place. And every time I walked through those doors, I felt home. And what I've learned over the years, working with trauma survivors and caregivers, in and out of uniform, because you don't need a uniform to be traumatized, life happens. What I've learned is Myrtle was right. Whether it's physical wounds or emotional wounds, how you think changes everything. We know that here. It's why we're here. We don't need some outside source to tell us who we are. We know that we are one with the one. We say it every Sunday. The light of God, the love of God, the power of God, the presence of God. We know this. And it's noisy outside. And that noise can seep in. And it affects the way we think. And when the way we think affects the way we feel, which it automatically does, thought first, and then emotion. And so whatever the brain says, the body says, okay. And so when we have all the loud noise telling us who we should be, what we should do, the shoulds and woulds and coulds, we end up with diagnoses like depression and anxiety or bipolar or PTSD, and all of it is the disorder that's happening with our thinking. And so the Mental Grace Group was created so that we can put that in order. This group is a safe place to practice what we know to be true. We do and do and do, and we forget to be. And I was wondering what I would say when I came up here and I got this necklace. And it says, be still and know. Right? And so I like for us to come together once a month, last Friday of the month, and practice what we know. Be what we know we are. Be the grace between the spaces of the chaos. And so it's a safe place to come and practice and then radiate that light. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Afra. That's beautiful. All right, the Sacred Women's Circle is the autumn gathering, and it's scheduled for this Saturday, September 28th, from 3 to 4:30 p.m. outside at the gazebo. Bring your ideas to plan events for 2025 and an appetizer to share with the group. And then please RSVP to River. River, raise your hands. There she is. The Good Grief Support Group meets today from 12:15 to 1:45 p.m. in the sanctuary. All are welcome to attend to mourn and support others. And a reminder, drop off needed items for Westside Care's food pantry and clothes closet, and see the donation list in the foyer or in the newsletter. And I believe that next week is the last Sunday for our part in donations for the month. We have 4 months out of the year. Don't forget, always check the weekly Unity newsletter, bulletin boards, Unity online calendar, and Unity Facebook page for updates on events. Thank you, and have a blessed week.
While our prayer chaplain
Here's-
comes up, I just want to say to you, I just checked in to make sure that the baskets got all the way around, and I want you to know exactly, we had exactly what we needed to be able to reach into the fellowship hall and get our staff exactly everyone. There is enough.
What an amazing, wonderful day, service, and the fact that everything came out even is just such a great gift. What a blessing. I'm Charlotte. I'm your prayer chaplain today, and I will be available after the service in the meditation room for anyone who would like to be supported in prayer, whether you're celebrating or you have a condition or something that you want to pray about. I would also like to invite this congregation to please hold our beloved Sylvia Ray in your hearts, minds, and prayers. She is now recovering from hip surgery as a result of a fall earlier in the week. And so please hold her in wholeness and wellness, if you will. And now if you'll join me.
And also Charlotte Peg Nugent, who is here in town and had a little heart trouble this morning, is in the hospital and getting some stress testing, but asked for the community to pray.
Okay, thank you. Whatever she said. Would you please join me in our closing prayer? Hello? We know this. The light of God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The power of God protects us. I am that power. The presence of God watches over us. I am that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
And yes, we will have the peace song. So stand up and get in place.